Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited, next-gen Deltahawk SR20 installation impresses. Bend, Oregon Airport struck by aircraft tampering. Joby completes autonomous long-distance Pacific flights. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Next-gen Deltahawk SR20 installation impresses. The Deltahawk folks joined us at Midwest Aviation Expo in Mount Vernon, Illinois, where Jim Campbell conducted a reacquaintance test flight in their SR20 testbed, 2.5 years after he flew it the first time, the first aviation journalist to enjoy the distinction. The next generation of Deltahawk Diesel, as installed in the SR20, is an astounding 277 pounds lighter, and the overall installation is much cleaner, more accessible, and fault-tolerant than what it was then, a pretty impressive first-gen flying prototype. Better yet, there's some room to work on the critter when you pop the top cowling. During a test flight, we noted that the installation runs even smoother than before, with a deeper engine sound than what you might hear from a Lycoming or Continental. Standard cruise at 2200 RPM burns just 8 GPH, while an extended cruise configuration burns but 6.5, making the SR20 a possible 1,000-mile traveling machine, with equivalent and slightly better performance to that seen on garden variety SR20s. Remember, this is a well-worn test vehicle, not the cleanest and slickest of the breed. One wonders what an optimized SR20 diesel might do. Though we may soon find out, as this airplane is due for yet another upgrade to the latest engine configuration and even more tweaking. Sound levels and cruise vibration are as good, and possibly even better than the 210 Continental the DHK 180 replaces. More info to come, but we're impressed. After the break, Sikorsky-CAL collab on autonomous aerial firefighting.
The legendary BD4C program is building an exciting future for those who want a rugged 4-seat family flyer with a proven history. The SureWings program produces a complete kit and builder assist program that gives you everything you need to be flying a BD4CS in record time. For conventional kit builders, BD Aviation has parts, partial kits, and full kits for the 190-mile-per-hour BD4C that has logged thousands of hours. Visit SureWings.com and BDAviation.com for more details.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. Sikorsky-CAL collab on autonomous aerial firefighting. Lockheed Martin subsidiary Sikorsky and the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, or CAL FIRE, jointly announced a 5-year collaborative effort to expand research, innovation, and operational capabilities for aerial firefighting resources. The initiative will focus on developing cutting-edge technologies, using autonomous and autonomy-enabled aircraft to reduce pilot workload, improve situational awareness, and provide first responders with the flexibility to execute complex missions in dangerous or deteriorating conditions during day or night. WestJet places largest ever order with 67 Boeing aircraft. Boeing announced that Canadian airline WestJet has placed its largest ever aircraft order to acquire 67 new jets in a major fleet renewal and expansion effort. The order consists of 60 737-10s with options for 25 more, and 7 787-9 Dreamliners with options for an additional 4. With this order, WestJet's firm backlog with Boeing grows to 123 aircraft. Alexis von Hoensbroek, WestJet CEO, said, quote, "With the addition of these aircraft, WestJet has the largest order book of any airline in Canada and will double our fleet of Dreamliners," end quote. Southwest fined $2.3 million for disciplining workers on paid sick leave. Southwest Airlines is being fined more than $2.3 million after a judge determined that it was unfairly retaliating against its mechanics for simply using the paid sick leave that they earned. The carrier is now threatening to reduce its generous leave policy and appeal the case, citing violations of due process. Arizona's Labor Department determined that the practice violated the Fair Wages and Healthy Families Act, which voters passed in 2016. American takes delivery of its 1,000th mainline aircraft. American Airlines entered the commercial aviation world with its first aircraft, a Fairchild FC-2, in the 1930s. Now, almost a century later, the carrier has further solidified its stance as the world's largest airline by taking delivery of its 1,000th mainline aircraft, a Boeing 787-9. The milestone aircraft is entering service on long-haul and high-demand routes, including Chicago to London, Chicago to Los Angeles, and Philadelphia to London. It's one of 8 that American has received since April, though a total of 30 are on order. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Bend, Oregon Airport struck by aircraft tampering. The aviation world occasionally has to put up with its share of troublemakers. This time, a 57-year-old man from North Bend, Oregon, who's now facing 17 charges after police say he broke into the GA area of Southwest Oregon Regional Airport. The cops have charged Melvin Myhill with 11 counts of criminal mischief, along with 2 counts of burglary, as well as 2 more counts of unauthorized entry. Myhill is also facing a charge of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle and 1 count of trespassing. Apparently, some 11 aircraft were affected, though there are no reports as yet of any visible damage after this character was allegedly found inside one of the aircraft, sitting on the runway. The airport says, quote, "Right now we're working with the TSA and the FAA. Our operations staff is debriefing on what happened. It's because there's constant evaluation and security protocols in place that we noticed this incident had happened. We're constantly training, constantly evaluating, and ensuring that the public is safe to use this airport," end quote. Stephanie Kilmer, Coos County Airport District spokesperson, also reports that all the owners of the affected aircraft have been notified. After these messages, Joby completes autonomous long-distance Pacific flights.
I'm currently using the Hartzell Talon, by far the best aerobatic propeller ever come out.
I use the Trailblazer. It adds performance to the Super Decathlon and dependability, and it's rugged.
Hartzell's been an excellent partner for Whip Air, just in terms of your product support as well as keeping an eye on the market and developing new products that meet demand.
It's helping us all have better performing airplanes.
It's such a proud honor to fly behind that propeller.
Meet the first of a new generation of the M-Class family. The M700 Fury. An aircraft worthy of the name, an indomitable force. The M700 Fury transcends traditional limits with more power, blistering performance, a finely appointed interior, and the luxury of what matters most. Time. Experience the Fury. Join the legacy.
Welcome back. Joby completes autonomous long-distance Pacific flights. Joby Aviation announced the completion of a first-of-its-kind demonstration of its autonomous flight technology in logging more than 7,000 miles of autonomous operations in over 40 flight hours, including the successful completion of a 4,925-mile ferry flight across the Pacific Ocean and Hawaii. The demo flights were part of the Resolute Force Pacific exercise, led by the U.S. Pacific Air Forces from July 10th to August 8th. The demonstration was conducted using Joby's Superpilot autonomous flight system integrated into a Cessna 208. The aircraft successfully completed 6 sorties covering 2,416 miles in the region during more than 14 flight hours. The autonomous flights were managed from ground control stations at various locations during the exercise, primarily from a station at Anderson AFB in Guam, 3,000 miles distant. A safety pilot was on board the aircraft to monitor the system's performance. Greg Bowles, Chief Policy Officer at Joby, said, quote, "The exercise demonstrated Superpilot's ability to operate in complex, real-world scenarios with the precision and reliability demanded by the U.S. government. This is a testament to our decade-long collaboration with the Department of Defense and a significant step toward deploying our dual-use technologies in the field," end quote. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.